session, there was more chatter in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
After the session, it was just more calm and clarity. I didn't have the buzz, the typical buzzing that people have and the voice. I don't have any voice in my head anymore. I think that's a gift that you give people, and that's a gift you gave me. So it's even hard to think about how best to answer the question, because when you don't have that mental chatter, it really is a relief. And then the second one for me was about um, being more successful and working less. I've been the type of guy, if you recall in the session, that I think I deserve money and I deserve success only if I work my ass off.
Only if you work very hard, what you do.
Right. But since that session, I have not really worked that hard and I've made more money. So it's hard for me to imagine someone talking to you who would try to overcomplicate this. Look, put your ego aside,
Yeah.
surrender to the process that Ryan offers, and on the other side of it, you'll be a better human being. Don't you want that?
How
And
much did you procrastinate before our first session?
a lot, honestly. I think it felt like most days was just anxiety filled.
Yeah.
I'm not on a task that I know. It's just, and then the dread of, you know, the fact that I'm procrastinating, and then just like self-loathing and more criticism of myself. It's hard to articulate how much one session has changed my life. Literally everything, every aspect of my life is changed. I mean, it's just safe to say that I don't procrastinate on important things or even small things. It's hard. It's unbelievable when I say that, but the opportunities that have come by and the increase in how much I make, active income, it's pretty much 100% increase.
So it doubled in a year and a half.
Yeah. I mean, life is just in general, it's a lot easier now.
It's just this fear and anxiety that holds me back from taking action many times. It just seems like it's so much harder to get started than it ought to be.
And so what were the results for you? What did you notice when we were done?
The next day, I could tell that there was this very subtle but powerful shift. I found myself able to move very quickly through medium difficulty work tasks that I probably would have easily procrastinated. And that was kind of shocking because that's a big change for me. I immediately started on some work on my house, some renovation work, and just moved through that with the greatest ease. Like, was able to make a list of all the things that needed to happen, started executing the ones that weren't blocked by others, and I've got more than half of it done. And it's been like, well, a little over a week, and I've had to work and do a bunch of other stuff at the same time. So really just an incredible shift in terms of the utilization of the time in the day. So
would you say your anxiety is 100% gone, 80%, 50%?
Oh,
or anything
100%. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
Give it a chance. Come without any preconceived notions, and the impact is dramatic. It's it's just something else.
The procrastination before 0 to 10, what would you rate it at, and what would you rate it at now?
Procrastination before the session was maybe at like 7 or like 8 out of 10. Like I would still do things, but it would be very slow. And now it's usually like, there's still some, but I am like very much a productive person now, and I don't know, it's probably like down to like a 2 out of 10 now. This month will be our best month ever. That's going to be double from last month and double from the month before that. So things are going. I'm much more content with just being present, and that in turn allows me to get more stuff done. I feel much more um, like a sense of peace, and I'm not like dreading the work that I need to be doing. And I'm much just happier now in general, and that has led me to be more productive and just to be able to get more things done.
Well, one, I was very shy. I was also very reserved just in general. Before, they were like, I used to tell them what to do and they would just like blow me off and not really do it. And just like, I would have to tell them multiple times, and just, it was always have to ride them to get them to do stuff. After the session, I noticed a change pretty much right away. And it just got better as time went along. It was to the point where, like I said, they were literally emailing me, coming to my desk, all whatever they could do to try to, what can I do for you, basically, or what needs to be done. It was literally like those type of words where they were just like, they couldn't do enough for me.
Why do you think that was?
I think it was just the way I carried myself and the confidence I had post hypnosis as opposed to previous. And I also even noticed, even like family members told me, they're like, you are totally different from what you used to be. Prior to the session, I was very fidgety, for lack of better words. Just sit, for example, I'll be sitting in my chair and my legs would just be going like 100 miles an hour, both legs like moving, and just really like always uncomfortable. Now I'm very calm. I've noticed just even in public forums and that, just people kind of look at you differently. I've actually noticed that. Just they'll stare. I'll catch people staring at me more, and I think it's just because I'm just so stoic, for lack of better words, and just sitting there confident. And I move differently. And in fact, I don't know if my coworker told you, because he's told me multiple times, and some of my other coworkers had told me that I just moved with purpose, and with exact words were moved with purpose and on a mission.
What other changes have you noticed?
So professionally, I'd been at this one company for more than 15 years. And then recently I just had another opportunity come up. It was decided to go for it, ended up getting the job and got a 40% pay increase.
Do you think the session was absolutely essential or just helped?
Essential, because prior to the session, I just never had the wherewithal to move forward, to try to go get something new and make a drastic change like that. So I went from being like a lead of a team of 10 to now I have there's 200 plus people under me. Yeah, I couldn't have done this without the hypnosis. And then I went from zero to basically hero overnight, almost, in my opinion.
I had anxiety, not knowing I had anxiety, but I just never felt confident and always thought that even though someone was talking, they were talking about me. Start worrying, well, I got to do a better job because they're talking about me, and I got nervous. So, or some answer would come and I'd literally be on the ceiling and Tim would have to peel me off because I was just like having anxiety. He goes, what are you worried about? Blah, blah, blah. So it was horrible. It was detrimental. I was very successful. I had management leadership roles in a lot of companies for, the last 30 something years. And I just wasn't confident enough. And I was just so worried, what's the client going to think? Oh, did I do a good enough job? And that was always there. And that stemmed from my childhood. It stemmed from my parents telling me that I was not good enough. If you don't do this, you're not going to be good enough.
So how was the session? What happened there?
Oh,
It was hardcore. It was pretty intense, right?
It was intense. We were in the session and we were getting to some things that I'm just like, no, I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not doing it. And Ryan was relentless, and I'm not kidding, relentless. He goes, nope, we are getting this sucker out.
I know it's worth it. I knew you'd thank me in the long run.
Yes, I do. And finally, I said what I had been feeling all that time, and for 40 something years or long. Actually,
I knew you were holding back. That's why I kept pushing.
And pushing. And now it's just like, sometimes things get me, and you'll always have that. We're human beings, but I can go and sit and do something and come back and fix it myself. And I'm not for hours.
It doesn't screw up the whole.
You got the power now. You got power. Still feeling the benefit from the session?
Oh, yeah.
Permanent change. Permanent change.
Perfect, like totally different person. This hypnotherapy, one session with Ryan, I'm a totally different person.
Like, I just didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like I was worthy of of attention, of with being with men that were a lot more successful than me. I just had really low self-esteem right after our session, our one and only session. It's like night and day. Like after our like seriously, night and day. There's no other way to describe it. It was just I noticed right away after our session just a complete change inside of my body, my demeanor, and everything. And I was like, wow, like psychotherapy never had anything like this. No, I was just gonna say, man, like it's like magic, basically. It's like you're just flipping a switch, and then you just cleared out decades of whatever trauma I was dealing with there.
That's so cool.
For me, being at the bottom of the basically bottom of the team, bottom of the barrel of that whole department, I was walking on some very thin ice, is how I should say.
Yeah.
But I was able to go and improve that right away, where in August I jumped from not even being in the top 30 to number 20 in the entire city.
Top 10%.
Yeah, but then it gets even better, because I think it was like a week or two after that, where it was close to the end of August, I went from number 20 up to number 7.
Yeah, I know, man. I saw
Yeah.
that number 7. I'm like, that's number 7. How out of how many? 10? You're like, no, 200. I'm like, yeah, 3.5% if it's out of 200.
Yeah, totally, man.
On
And I
the
was like,
bottom, how's that feel, man?
oh, dude, it feels kind of amazing. Like,
Yeah,
it feels kind of
Yeah.
amazing is all I could say.
you go. You had some business issues that were causing a lot of fear and stress. Is that right to say?
That's correct.
And how strong would you rate that fear and stress 0 to 10 at that before you came to me, or right when you did?
Yeah, I mean, I have to put it closer to an 8.5. So pretty high.
So we did that one session, and what did the fear and stress go down to after that, 0 to 10?
I would say it was closer to a 3. It really gave me a move forward. It gave my brain a way to process different information, even though around the same subject. So once that fear was alleviated on the situation specifically, your brain's able to move past that and start to operate in a different realm.
Pretty immediate, is that correct to say, after the session?
Yeah, within, I think it would be fair to say 24 hours, because for me, it gave my brain different ideas and different things to chew on regarding the situation. It's almost like a gate was opened, and now this flood of information that had been withheld was able to be chewed upon and thought through. And my mind is very analytical, so that's kind of how I viewed it. Was just I was able to chew on different information that was withheld from me.
Okay. Do you maybe process fear and uncertainty differently now and handle it in a different way, or was it just this one thing?
Yeah, totally. No, I think in general, especially in the last 6 months, there's been tremendous growth from our company end, and from adding additional employees and doing going almost in a complete different direction from the marketing angle. And to me, really, I think it's I've noticed a difference in myself on how I can deal with stress, and I can deal with those thoughts that come up and move past them very quickly. So for me, I do see a change just in my ability to handle different situations that, I think, like I said before, I think it's the experiences that you go through and the different patterns in your brain. If your brain's able to work through things, then it should affect every action moving forward.
So after the sessions, it's all mental hurdles that I wasn't able to jump.
Mhm.
And after our session, I accomplished small goals. But thanks to me accomplishing those small goals after our session, I said, okay, if I could jump this hurdle that I believe that I will never be able to jump,
Mhm.
and I did it over and over and over, why can't I accomplish that? So with my job, like I said, I was doing really, really bad. I was getting this close to getting let go. Talking to my manager, He called me into the office and he said, "Hey man, what are we going to do about this?" And I said, "You know what? This month, if I don't make it over 50K, I'm fired." I sold 100K that month. How? I just did. I just did. And after that, it's been just uphill, 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 uphill ever since. I believe that I wasn't able to close, that I couldn't talk to this customer. And even though I'm the one with the experience, I still can I don't have the right to recommend anything. That's how I felt. But after our sessions, all of that started going away, going away, going away, going away. And like I said, I did it once and I was successful. And after I jumped that hurdle, I said, okay, give me another one. Give me another one. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing this. Repetition, repetition. I wasn't afraid of them judging me because I stopped judging myself so much after all. That's why. So all those negative emotions that I was feeling, I was projecting that onto other people. So after all those negative emotions were gone, I stopped judging myself so much, and I stopped judging what clients could potentially do, and snap on me, scream at me, give me a bad review, tell me no, blah blah blah, objection after objection. So all those negative emotions, when we got rid of them, I was able to pretty much look at life through like different lenses.
Why were you getting ready to quit sales?
Well, I was getting tired of not getting the results I wanted to get. And that was the main thing. I was just sick of it, man. I didn't see any I felt like I wasn't going anywhere with it. It was grinding me down psychologically because I was making a lot of phone calls. I was making setting appointments. People wouldn't show up. I thought, maybe I should go back to teaching. The thing is, I had made a few sales, but I wasn't making enough sales. I was making maybe making one sale every 3 months. What changed after the session is that I got confidence. I realized I was treating and talking to my clients as if I was begging them to meet me and to buy from me. After the session, I became aware of my own value and my status with my clients, and they responded to that in a very different manner. It was okay to be me, and I didn't have to explain myself to anybody. I didn't have to qualify to anybody. I just had to show them that what I had was good for them. And my sales, they didn't triple. I think I was selling 9 times more than before. I went from one sale every 3 months to 3 sales every month. I learned to accept myself and value myself, and that transfer to the way you treat yourself and the way people treat you. My outlook on life changed big time.
Yeah, so I struggled with anxiety, but the problem was it was really irrational anxiety. I was looking at people that don't have anxiety. I knew it's like overblown. I knew it, but I had no idea why. And then after the session, I was so relaxed. I felt like this after my Vipassana meditation retreats. When I meditated for 10 days straight, like 7 hours a day, I felt like this after these retreats. But I felt like this without meditation. I was like, something deep changed. I was walking through the streets of Berlin. I lived in Germany back then. I didn't have that much money, but I was just happy. I was like, because I was always afraid to get a business mentor, and I had the perfect business mentor in front of me, but I didn't book the call to invest because I was just scared. After the session,
Spending the money?
Not only spending money, but just to go for my dreams, to go for it. And then I was like, I had no anxiety. I was like, let's do it. If it fails, I will find a way. I did it 3 months later. Now I'm 6 months later. Now I'm independent. I'm living with my girlfriend in Poland. I'm having my own business. I had 2 newspaper articles published about my story because I had the guts to go for it. Just my whole life. As soon as this changed, this changed. It's insane. No, I felt like I had a handbrake on, the car. I was driving with the brakes on all the time. But then I just released the brakes and I went.
Got you unstuck. So amazing.
100%. 100%. I was mind blown. I was walking around. I was like, am I supposed to feel like this? I feel chill. I feel happy. I feel like I'm supposed to feel like rationally. you know. And if I look at the last 6 months of my life, oh man, it has been an awesome ride. But your session with, like the session with you in July, was like the starting point for sure. I think they have no idea what is going to happen to them. You know, it has way more benefits than I thought. So I would just say that we can always get back the money if you think a financial investment is too much, but it's worth like 10 times more for sure.